Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks for joining me. I hope everyone had a great week. I had a pretty good week besides feeling a little lazy and not really doing too much of anything. But unfortunately, I had to push through that. So I'm looking forward to this weekend of hopefully doing nothing. Let's get right into what you can expect for this week, which runs through to next Thursday, June 21st. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of work, love, finances, health, and spirituality. If you're interested in personalized monthly predictions or any other services that I offer, you can go to my website, AskRebecca.guru, and check it out. So, general themes. One of the themes for this week is expansion. And this expansion will be happening outwardly in your life and internally in your life. For some of you, it's expanding your families, expanding your businesses, expanding your education, expanding your social network. You and your present situations are basically expanding and growing. So many of you are going to start seeing, or you have already started seeing, the results of all the hard work that you've been putting into your life. And some of you may still be feeling stuck and like nothing is growing, nothing's expanding, except for maybe your waistline or depression or other negative emotional type influences. So, this week though, I do feel like the fires are burning and some of that will dissolve and you'll start to feel more motivated and you'll feel ready to make the necessary changes that you've been putting off due to whatever fears or insecurities that you have, so that you can start working towards your goals, right? It takes some action steps. This week, expansion will take you beyond your comfort zones. Internally, expect growth in your abilities, your wisdom, your awareness, and your love. Lots of new possibilities are there for all to take. You just have to open yourself up to receive them. Another theme or word that came to mind this week was sinkholes. Again, this is something that I feel will play out both externally and internally. Internally, some of you may all of a sudden find yourself feeling like you fell into a pit of old emotional residue. 1 minute ago, you were fine, the next, not so much. Don't let yourself fall too deep into that emotion. This is just some old energy, some old emotional baggage that's been physically stuck inside of you that is coming up and out to be dealt with, to be looked at, and to release. So accept what you feel. Try not to fight it and try not to react to it or take it out on someone that you love. The more that you can just be with those emotions, and the easier and the quicker they will dissolve. All it is, it's unhealed trauma from your past. And believe it or not, this is extremely healing and helpful to face and then move on. It will free you from some self-imposed limitations. So again, it might be uncomfortable for however long you're stuck in those emotions or whatever the situation is that arises. But the more that you can just be with it, it will just end up dissolving and things will free you up. Now, the way that I feel like this is going to manifest physically is through actually maybe stepping into a hole in the ground or losing your footing in somewhere. Like it just feels like a down step. So maybe you're walking along the grass, taking your dog for a walk, and then all of a sudden you end up stepping into like a little hole in the ground and you trip and fall or just something like that. So I feel like walk with awareness. And then for those of us that live in Florida, I do feel like there is a possibility that we'll hear about a sinkhole opening up somewhere. And it could even happen in some other states where fracking and mining are happening. I just feel like maybe it's not even a sinkhole that opens up. Maybe it's just a news story where they're talking about sinkholes or they did a study about them, or I don't know. Somehow, some way, I just kind of feel like sinkholes are going to come up in some sort of way. Maybe it's even you're buying a house and the topic comes up. I guess we'll see how it plays out for everyone, or if that's something that even comes into your awareness. Many of you this week will be feeling like you're ready to live the life that you've always wanted. your true life. I feel like you're making a list, you're figuring out where you want to live, what type of relationship you want, what type of job you want, and all sorts of other things that you want for yourself. Now, some of you have already moved beyond making your list and you're figuring things out and you're taking action steps. Some of you, I feel like you're stepping into new jobs, new homes, new friendships, just new beginnings all around. And maybe they haven't quite fully manifested just yet, but you're seeing forward motion. You're just seeing new things coming into your life. And I feel like more of that is going to come into your awareness this week. I just feel things will continue to unfold for you in your daily lives. Now, some of you have graduated from school and you're making plans on your next step in life. I feel like there's lots of exciting things happening for you guys. I feel like you're here, you're going to enjoy the summer before you embark on, the next step. Some of you are graduating high school. Some of you have graduated college. Some of you are going to decide to further your education. Others of you are going to go out into the workforce. But lots of new exciting things happening. And I do feel like lots of you will be trying things that you never thought you would. Maybe all of a sudden you get this crazy hair and you decide you're going to try skydiving or something. I just feel like it's kind of an exciting time. Those of you still struggling with this whole newness and stepping into the life that you want, I feel, just rest assured that you're nearing the time to take some leaps yourself. And don't get stuck in what everybody else is doing, right? Don't compare yourself. Comparing yourself is one of the worst things that you can do because it really has a way of bringing you down. So make sure you're not doing that. Be patient with yourselves. And most importantly, be proactive. Take action steps. Make things happen for yourself. No one can do it for you, and it definitely won't just magically appear either. So you have to participate in your life. And it can be something simple, like if you've been feeling stuck and you're just freaking out and feel bored or whatever, even an action step of like what you're going to decide to make for dinner creates action, right? So just do something, anything, make a list. It's also another week where there is lots of mind activity. You could be overthinking things. You could be worrying and stressing about things. You could experience some anxiety. Your brain will be in overdrive, especially with all the new things happening in your life and the changes that you're experiencing. Even if those changes are positive situations, you could still experience some self-doubt this week. You may overanalyze what someone said to you. You may beat yourself up for something. Again, lots of mental activity, and it could have you feeling dizzy and overwhelmed at times, but it will also have you feeling assertive, confident, and self-controlled. You could experience a heightened sense of focus to get things accomplished, or you could completely feel unfocused at times. I feel like, if you do feel unfocused and scattered, just do your best to try to concentrate. And with this also comes a lot of physical energy. So you may want to come up with some ways that you can burn off energy. And I would recommend, doing something physical, riding a bike, go swimming, exercise in some way, play a game or do things that mentally challenge you, do a puzzle or something, basically exercise your brain. You could also become easily annoyed or frustrated by others this week, especially coworkers and family members. And I feel like it will be more heightened with those people that are more in their masculine energy. So, or they could become frustrated with you and annoyed by you. So, that's very likely as well. On top of this mental energy, there's also an emotional energy. So this is going to be a really fun week. So you could be going from overthinking to being overly emotional. You could feel confused and you could feel like you're a crazy person going from happy to sad to peace to anxiety and so on. It's going to be back and forth. And it'll just be a little bit of a roller coaster ride this week between the mental and the emotional. I don't feel like it's going to be anything too crazy. So, try to just be with whatever comes up for you and shake things off if it gets too intense. If you get stuck in emotions, get in water, go swimming or take a shower or go get some energy work done. No matter what, it will be important for you to be with whatever comes up. And it will also be important not to try and force things or force people to do things before they're ready this week. Also, things can be easily misinterpreted and misunderstood. Your patience could be tested as well. Basically, this week is going to give you the opportunity to learn how to balance the heart and the mind. It won't be all bad, and because of the high emotional energy, your intuition will be higher as well. So learn to listen to what's going on in your thoughts and what's going on with your emotions. Be aware of those things so that you can learn what your intuition is and what your intuition isn't. Work, for those of you employed, overall, work should be going well. You'll have the mental activity to help you get focused, organized, and follow through. Your results should be great, or at the very least improved. At the same time, because of the emotional aspect, you could feel unclear about a work assignment when just before you were feeling very clear on what needed to be done. Ask questions, make sure you're actively listening, which could be challenging because you'll be busy thinking with the mental activity, so it's going to be a little bit of a doozy. And those of you who are more in the emotional energy, you could end up feeling personally attacked by coworkers, and that will be because you're overthinking your insecurities or your uncertainties. And then some of you could end up trying to push too hard with work ideas or a pay raise or a promotion. Try not to get too pushy or take things personally. Wait another week until this energy passes. Those of you that are looking for a job, some of you, I feel like, that have been looking for work without any success, this week you could feel like giving up. Between the mental activity and the emotional activity, you'll be bouncing between feelings of anger, frustration, and sadness. But at the same time, for some of you, it could be where you're more focused and motivated to get out there and not take no for an answer. So overall, it feels a bit slow with the hiring this week. However, I do feel like some of you who did have interviews could be notified you're hired and will start training in a week or so. No matter your situation, take a methodical approach to finding a job. Put it out there to everyone you know that you're looking for a job. I just feel like you'll get leads off of that. So if you have social media, maybe plaster it all over Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and let people help you. Love, committed relationships. I feel if you're in a happy relationship, then this week won't be too bad for you. There could be some moments of mild conflict because emotions are higher than normal and the mental energy is higher than normal as well. So you're going to overanalyze something your partner did or didn't do or maybe said or didn't say. I feel like just let it go, take some space from each other. If you're in an unhappy relationship, well, I kind of feel like things could get really intense, and I would say just try to stay calm, not let emotions get the best of you. Some of you will be so in your emotions, you could end up saying something that you'll regret later. And same advice, take space, gather your thoughts, feelings, then address any issues once you're clear on what the real issue is. And don't be in a hurry to break up, and don't make empty threats of doing so either. Let this week pass before making any solid decisions. Those of you looking for love, I feel like a couple of you could fall for someone older than you. Some of you could fall for someone who is very much in their masculine energy. Some of you could fall for someone who's very logical, analytical, and even rigid. Some of you could fall for someone who doesn't seem like they're interested in you, but they really are. So be patient, be persistent, but not pushy. I feel like in the long run, it will pay off. And just a reminder that a slow growing connection is likely to last versus one that only has fireworks at the beginning. I also feel like those of you who aren't quite ready to date could be dealing with another layer of working through old emotional blocks from the past. You could work through fears of betrayal, fears of abandonment, fears of rejection, and insecurity surrounding your body, your worthiness, and whatever else specific to you that may come up. Again, be with whatever arises. Awareness and acceptance are key for those emotions to clear out of you. Finances, money's ebbing and flowing this week, better for some than others. The focal point for the week is to realize, are you too focused on lack and not having enough, or are you focused on being grateful for what you do have and making that grow? Some of you, I feel, will be focused on mounting debt or student loans instead of putting your energy into worrying about, what it could potentially go wrong or what you owe. I feel like you need to put your energy into solutions and trusting that in the end it will all work out. This is not a good week to make any major financial decisions. If you can wait another week, do so. If you can't, then make sure you get clarity on what you can afford, what you can't afford, where your money's going, where it's coming from, and maybe get some professional advice before making any major decisions. Health, structure and logic towards your health will be helpful this week. Exercise will be helpful this week. Tracking any symptoms you may be having will help this week. You could feel a bit stressed, a bit emotional. Careful with drugs and alcohol this week. Some of you are in your head and are convinced something's wrong with you. Trust your gut, go see a doctor or two and get a diagnosis. Spirituality, this week with the high emotion energy, you'll definitely be in a more psychic phase. You'll be more open to seeing synchronicities or what some of you call coincidences. You could receive messages from the universe, your higher self, angels, guides, or crossed over loved ones through music, animals, number sequences, flashes of insight, or any other number of ways. You'll know when you receive them. And this week, all the energy is going on. I feel it'll be important to take some time for yourself to just be and relax, to help ground yourself, balance the logic with the emotion, or let the logic lead you to your spiritual side. Maybe try some meditation to help with quieting the mind. And I think overall it will be an okay week, even though maybe it sounds like it might be a little bit intense, but it will be all right. So that covers this week's predictions. Let me take tonight's caller. We have Lisa in West Seneca, New York. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I am ready for the weekend. I don't know about you, but I'm ready.
I am too. I am a little unsettled, however, with my current relationship situation, and I'm looking to see if there is anybody who I have lost who's crossed over. I know they watch out for me on a constant, but I'm looking to see if there's any guidance that somebody can give me as to the choices that I'm making.
Okay. Is there someone specific that you would like to try to connect with? I mean, it's funny that you're saying you're having issues in your current relationship, because I kind of felt like it was a mutually supportive relationship, unless this is not the person, I'm thinking of. But there was also an overestimation of the strength of the relationship. So, okay, anyway, tell me who you'd like to try to connect with.
I think some of it that I feel a lot of is my nephew.
Does his name happen to start with a J? I mean, when you said nephew, for some reason, all of a sudden the name Josh, or I don't know why Josh came to mind, but it was a J sounding name. Does that make any sense to you at all?
No.
Okay.
That's okay, though.
What is your nephew's name?
Michael.
Michael, gotcha. Okay. Okay, so when he passed, was he in his 20s?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe right around the age of 25-ish?
Close, yes.
Okay. Did he have brown hair and light eyes?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just see if I can get some more information from him. Okay, so I feel like this is connected to some sort of an accident. I don't feel like it was a disease or anything like that.
Yes.
Um, so for some reason, like I'm seeing stairs and I'm seeing concrete and like I don't know if he's trying to tell me like he lived in the basement or he stayed in the basement or something about a basement. Would any of that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. um, did they find him in the basement?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Did he trip and fall? Did he fall down the stairs?
That I don't know.
Okay. He was near the stairs.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
he was near the. Yeah, I feel like he was near the stairs. Like, yeah, if it feels like a loss of consciousness. Like I feel like it was, yeah, a loss of consciousness. Like 1 minute he was there, the next minute he was crossing over, and it was very unexpected. Um,
Yeah.
Now, okay, I don't like, I feel like he's trying to tell me that he wasn't living with his mom, but uh, like this wasn't at the parents' house. Do you know if that's the
No.
case?
No, it was.
It was. Okay, so he's saying something about his mom, but I feel like he's trying to bring something in it with you. Did you spend a lot of time there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so he does hang out there a lot, and I do feel like he's saying he gives you guys signs all the time. Are you noticing any of them?
He does. Yes, I do. I feel
Yeah,
very connected with him.
yeah, because I feel like he's like giving signs all the time, and he's making me feel like he's making me feel like he had a stronger connection with you than he did with his mom, and that like he it's almost like he could come to you and discuss things, and like he could come to you for stuff easier than he could his mom, and like maybe you mediated sometimes.
I did. Yes.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. I just feel like he's super appreciative of that. Like he's got a lot of love for you. Um, he spends time at your place as well, or whatever room. He's making me feel like you guys used to hang out in a room. Maybe it's the living room or the kitchen, or like there's somewhere that you guys would sit and talk, maybe, or I don't know if it's his mom's house or your house or where, but I feel like there was a place that you and him would kind of maybe end up more often than not whenever you would hang out.
Yeah.
Okay, so he feels like he hangs out in that room, like he's there all the time. In his mom's house, I feel like he is in the living room a lot. Does she have a fireplace?
Yeah.
Okay. He's making me feel like he's connected to something on the fireplace mantle. Like there's something there that either belonged to him, or maybe a picture of him or some sort of an object. Um, do you know if that's the case?
Yeah.
Okay. But you
I know
wanted,
exactly what he's talking about. I do.
okay, all right, because like he's on it. Like he's like, he's saying he's going to attempt to give you, well, he's making me feel like you pick up on signs, but maybe his mom not so much.
Okay.
He's making me feel like she's in her hurt a lot. I know you wanted to ask him about your relationship advice, right? Or like what's going on with your relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I feel like he's saying is you're not happy, cut and run. Is that something he would say?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that he's saying you're not happy, cut and run. You know what you want to do. And if he's saying, and again, let me know if this is something he would say, but the impression that I have is he's saying you just don't have the balls.
That's true.
Is what he's saying.
And that is something he would say. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's very matter of fact about it, and he's saying you need to. I only have 60 seconds left, but he's saying you need to follow your heart and you need to do what you feel is going to be best for you and what makes you happy.
Okay.
And he's saying, in the end, it will all work out. And he's there supporting you from the other side, is what he's saying. And he also is making me feel like he's going to give you signs in that direction in regards to your relationship, not other stuff. Like he'll show you something that will give you like an aha type thing. That's all the time I have tonight. So I really appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.